All right, good morning. It is reasonably early. Hopefully, you are up and awake and getting things done. So, I had a reasonably long day yesterday in Boston. So, we had a big group, 30, 30 freshmen from Northeastern that are actually entering freshmen. So, that was a lot of fun. They had a great time. And then there was sorry, got something lash in my eye or something. Then there was two small groups after that, just a couple groups of two. And so I basically stayed and took those groups because I was like, I don't really feel like paying my staff to hang around. That was a little bit frustrating because, to be honest, there was a Boston Founders Forum event that I had signed up for that I wasn't able to go to, and the and the 6 p.m. booking ended up showing it up after 7 p.m., which if I had known that, or if they had, like they told me they were going to be 15 minutes late, they ended up being an hour and 15 minutes late. They're very nice people, but they're very late. So, but if I had known that, I would have been able to go to the event and just left a few minutes early. So that's very frustrating for me. Um, so I was, looking forward to going to that, and I wasn't able to make it because of that. So anyways, so I got home late last night, but I did get a lot done yesterday. I worked on more finances, trying to really figure out, what my bottom line is per person, which is very dynamic, right? If I have one person, the price is one thing. If I have five people, it's a totally different bottom line price. So, I'm trying to figure out the average cost, which I think, the average group size is three because we get twos and fours quite often. And I look at my Wix numbers, the average cost was over $200 per booking. Now it's dropped down to about $165 per booking, which means we're somewhere in the middle of the 2 to 4 person range. So I'm just going with three. Well, three would be $150 per booking. So we're just, we're 3 to 4 technically, but I'm going to stick with three, and then I'm going to figure out like what my cost is on that. So I did that yesterday, and I worked on some marketing things as well. Really, I'm going to start looking at social media much more. Uh, I think that boosting posts and being really relevant, which is what I'm trying, present on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X. Those are things that I think are important for the business, and so that's what I'm really dialing in. So that's what I was focusing. That's what I was working on yesterday. Even while I was waiting for the groups, I was going on Facebook and Instagram and liking, commenting, all those sorts of things, and it has made a pretty big difference. Let me just check and make sure this is still running, still going. So yeah, it's made a really big difference. So I noticed in April to May, um, Facebook, we had like Facebook, Instagram. When I started posting, we had like 10. We were getting 10 in that month period. We were getting about 10 site visits that were coming from Facebook or Instagram each. 8 to 10. I think it was 8 on Instagram, 10 on Facebook, or something like that. And then I boosted a post for the summer enrichment program, which I ended up pulling because I just didn't see enough interest in it. I think it was too late in the game. That was May into June, which was definitely too late. Um, and that went it spiked up to 94, obviously because of the boost on Facebook, and Instagram was down at like 12 or 14. And then fast forward to June into to July, this past 30 days, and no boosting, just commenting, liking, posting, things like that. Um, Facebook went up to like 28, I think, site visits, and Instagram was at like 26. So that's not bad considering that in March, when I wasn't doing anything, we were down at like 3 and 4, which is site visits. So that's a pretty substantial increase. So I'm just going to keep it going. If we can, if I can keep that moving forward, that's pretty powerful. And it's free, right? So just keep moving on it. And then TikTok, again, similar. I am boosting on TikTok, but we had zero engagement on TikTok, and now we're up to like now it's at like 9. So sounds like low numbers, but the reality is those 9 people, out of those 9 people, I think like 1/3 of them end up booking. So that's pretty impressive. If 1/3 of the people end up booking that we get from TikTok, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna just keep working on that. So today is finishing up the finances, figuring that out, and then moving on to social media, like really trying to come up with a strategy. At this point, I've kind of played around with it, but I think I really got to dial it in, and I'm gonna see if Notion can help me on that. And then, just really just try and work a schedule with it. I mean, I am trying to do things in the morning. When I take a break, 7:30 to 8 o'clock break, I try and do like 30 minutes of like just liking and commenting on Facebook and Instagram, and then I move on to Twitter and TikTok. TikTok is tough though because there's just so many uninteresting things on it. I don't know why it's on all that we get. It's mostly ads and just not very interesting stuff. So it's hard to like things and engage with things on TikTok. And then the other thing too is it's hard to be like I haven't really found a way on TikTok to be relevant to the area, right? I can be getting things from California. I can be getting things from New Zealand. Anywhere. So I've got to figure that out. But as they say, the best time to start is here and now. And I kind of think um, that saying, it's an old saying, but it's a true saying. And I don't think that people realize that the whole here and now, starting here and now thing is uncomfortable for a lot of people, right? Because starting something here and now, right, means that change is coming, right? You're changing something, and most people don't like change. They are not they're very uncomfortable, or they're not comfortable with change, right? And so in order to take that first step of starting, whether it's doesn't matter what it is, whether it's your diet, whether it's your exercise, whether it's reading, whether it's getting on social media, uh, it's all about getting uncomfortable, and you have to be able to get uncomfortable in order to actually start and take that action, that here and now action. And it's just a small action. And the truth is, uh, until you decide that you're okay getting uncomfortable, that's not going to happen. And in order to do that, you have to actually understand something. You have to love yourself enough to trust that you're going to actually make a change for the better, that you're going to do something, that change is going to impact you in a great and unique way. And that's where things come in. It's like understanding that you have to love yourself enough to do that. And most people don't think about it that way. Most people don't think about loving themselves, right? Or understanding that loving yourself is acceptance of change and doing better and going further. Um, that's where it starts. So I don't think that just saying starting here and now, sometimes people can just put their head down and just do it. But at other times, people say, "Whoa, wait, that's uncomfortable," and I don't want to do that. And then they stay where they are. They don't start here. They don't start now. So that whole concept of loving yourself, saying, I care about myself enough to know that I need to change now. I need to do something now. I need to pick up a book now. I need to look at my finances now. I need to start promoting my business now. I need to start doing these things now because I love myself enough to know that I want to change. That's where it's important. That's what drives that here and now statement and really makes it relevant. Again, a lot of people can do that and not think about it because they just put their head down, and then by the time they look up, they realize, oh, wait a minute, I'm changing, and I love the changes I'm making, but they might not even internalize the fact that it's the love for themselves, the ability to love themselves and to show up and to take that action here and now. So super important to do that. Anyways, make sure this is still recording. We are. Great. So I'm going to actually get my day going. I have a few things to do. I want to go to MMA this morning, and then I have an event tonight. So I have an event. It's a UI UX event. It's a meetup, and it is at a brewery. It's at the Harpoon Brewery, which I've never been to, and I'm just going to limit it to one beer, if that. And that's because I'm riding the not because, but it's because one of the reasons is I'm riding the motorcycle, but the other reason is I'm not really interested in drinking. So I just don't. So if I can get some water, some sparkling water, that'd be great. But I'm not sure at a brewery that's what they offer. I'm sure they do. So yeah, so that's this evening. I think it's like a 7 to 10 event or something like that. So I'm not sure if I'll go into Boston earlier than that. I might. I think there's a concert tonight in Kenmore, so I'm not really sure. And we do have a group of 12 tonight at 8 o'clock. But I'm going to have Julieta and or Julieta, right? That's the Spanish thing, right? I'm not Spanish, so obviously my accent sucks. Uh, and Nick, so the two of them are going to take care of that group of 12. You know, it's the only booking we have right now on a Friday evening, which is again unusual. It's been unusually slow the past several weeks. Usually on a Friday night we can get up to 30, 30, 40 people, which is great. Lately, nothing. So anyways, so I'm going to go into that event. I'm not sure if I'm going to head into Boston early or what I'm going to do, what my plan is. But either way, I have a lot of things to take care of today and crush. And I want to get some creative time. So hopefully you are up. You are crushing your goals and catching your dreams. And until tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.